Hello and welcome everyone to Folk and Myth. I'm so excited for this game. My name is Caito. I am your GM for this evening. You have stumbled into the wild world of Pale Harvest, or as we are calling it behind the scenes, Oops All Artists. And we're going to tell you more about that in just a little bit. But before that happens, I just want to introduce these lovely new faces here at the table who are first timers to the Folk and Myth world. So I'm going to go around and have everybody introduce themselves, give your name, your pronouns, and the name of the character you will be playing this evening. Let's start with April. Uh-oh, you're muted.
There we go. Hi, my name is April Prime. I'm an Australian artist living in the United States. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Pixion Dawnmain, the Centaur Paladin of Paylor, and her pronouns are also she, her.
I'm so excited. Let's pop it over to Tyler.
Hey everybody, excited to be here. I'm Tyler Walpole, pronouns he, him. I will be playing our resident hex buckler today, Rogue Warlock, and pronouns are also he, him.
Excellent. Your character's name is?
Oh, it's Talonback.
Talonback Kryn. Love him.
Yeah.
Lauren, what's up? How are things? Oh, haha.
Would not come off mute. Things are great. Hi, I'm Lauren Brown. I will be playing the Tiefling Cleric Moo, whose pronouns are she, her, and my pronouns are also she, her.
Lovely. Janelle!
Hey everyone, I'm Janelle. My pronouns are pretty much any, so make that easy on y'all. I'll be playing Arthur, your friendly neighborhood tiefling barbarian. His pronouns are he, him.
And also, maybe chef.
Maybe chef. A little bit of chef. A little bit of spice in there.
A little bit of spice in there. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, my dear friend, Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron Miller. I'll be playing Squirrel, a Furbolg druid. Oh, both me and the characters, he, him. That makes it easy. Did I get everything?
You did.
Okay.
You're brilliant. Well done. And yes, once again, hello, I'm Caito. I'm Helena Handbasket on the internet. I am the resident ghoul here at Folk and Myth, and I will be leading this misadventure, both today and next week when we conclude with part 2. Everything that we are doing this evening and all week long here at Folk and Myth is a fundraiser, massive bonanza for World Central Kitchen. About World Central Kitchen, it was founded in 2010 by chef Jose Andres. World Central Kitchen is a nonprofit organization that is the first to the front lines providing fresh meals in response to crises. WCK has served over 4 million nourishing meals around the world. When disaster strikes, WCK's relief team mobilizes to start cooking and serving meals to people in need. By partnering with organizations on the ground and activating a network of local restaurants, food trucks, and emergency kitchens, WCK serves comforting meals to survivors of disasters quickly and effectively. To support regional economies, WCK prioritizes purchasing local ingredients to cook with or distribute directly to families in need. So join us in supporting this incredible organization and all of the amazing work that they do across the globe. We have some awesome incentives because this is not just a ragtag collection of strangers who don't do anything in the world. These are all amazing, talented, brilliant artists from the TTRPG world, from the comic book world, and we are very, very lucky to have them here tonight, and they have offered generously some donations and incentives here for us to take a look at and perhaps get. It'll be great. Some of our incredible things here that you can find are donations of menagerie card sets for D&D 5e, as done by Aaron. We also have you can get your hands on original digital art made of your character by April Prime or Tyler Walpole. We also have more incentives by our other two players and various other incentives that will be floating around for next game. So do take a look at the donation link to see all of the incentives that we have available. But also, they include little things like buying advantages for your players or for your DM. You can also buy healing potions for them because we're definitely starting at level 9 and we're definitely going to need them. So feel free to use it. And so while on that note, we really support, we always welcome support in the form of bits and subs. We ask that you consider giving any money that you might spend on bits to the fundraising efforts. So however, following us is free and we always appreciate that. So do click that follow button for Folk and Myth. I believe that might be everything that we need to do in order to do the thing, and I'm very excited. Okay, adventurers, a poem for you as we dive into the world of Pale Harvest. We would now ask of death, and he said, "You would know the secret of death, but how shall you find it unless you seek it in the heart of life? The owl whose night-bound eyes are blind unto the day cannot unveil the mystery of light. If you would indeed behold the spirit of death, open your heart wide unto the body of life. For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one." Khalil Gibran. Life and death are strange bedfellows, yet they intertwine and weave together in harmonious cyclical nature. Such is the devotion of the town of Enodius, located to the west of Crossroads. Our adventuring party finds themselves in the Greasy Spoon, a local dive in the bustling city of Crossroads, enjoying a pint or two and gabbing about local events. As we zoom in on our players, let's break up the order a little bit, shall we? Lauren, would you describe your character for us, please?
Please, I'm there.
Oh, you muted and then remuted. Haha. Oh no, we're having a mute problem. Try one more time and then, haha, there you go. Great.
There we go. Yeah, so.
Oh, dang it. That mute button is unruly. If you need to refresh your browser, you totally can, and I can jump to someone else.
Okay, I think I got it, but I don't know why it keeps turning back off. It's weird. All right.
Goes to the machine.
I think it stopped. All right. You see, scrolled away in one of the tables of the Greasy Spoon is a tiefling who has this red and white, like spotted skin. She has these 2 carved horns behind her head and mushrooms all over her shoulders, and her horns, little skulls and trinkets from dead animals and things hanging off of her horns and her jewelry. And she is currently finished a plate of food and like whiling away at some weird looking owl pellets or something like that. You're not quite sure where they are. And she's just like really engrossed in it, but looks extremely happy to be there and looks around for the regulars that she knows often comes to the Greasy Spoon.
And as you glance around, you see some familiar faces, some not so familiar faces. Crossroads is a fairly big city, but here in the dim, little bit dank, Greasy Spoon, you do pan over and you see at the very corner of the bar, a man kind of hunched with his hood pulled down over his eyes. Tyler, will you tell us about Talonback?
Yeah, as you enter, you would see a human man sitting at the bar, slowly nursing the ale in front of him that his last couple of coppers managed to summon forth from the bartender. As he pulls down his sunglasses just a little bit to eye the being that just walked into the bar, you notice there's something off about his eyes. There's instead of the white you would expect to see peeking over the rim of the glasses, you see it's dark with almost iridescent green eyes examining you as you enter.
And as as you see this piercing gaze kind of scan across the room, those eyes fall on a person stood behind the bar, placing a plate of food down. Janelle, will you tell us about Arthur?
You see a very sweaty red tiefling with these massive antler horns, starting around the bar, trying to get looking for the number. Like you can hear him, and there's sort of number 12. Number 12. Oh, right over there. Starts walking over to the table. Here you go. Puts it down to one of the patrons. Starts headed back to the bar, or behind the bar into the kitchen, where there is just like a lot of like heat and greasy food. He's screaming over to some of the kitchen help about like the things they need for things to get the orders out, but he's just doing his thing right now. He's serving food and doing his best.
And as you're kind of slamming down plates and you see eggs kind of slopping over the side and you see patrons kind of rolling their eyes a little bit, but that's part of the charm here at the Greasy Spoon. You're hearing bandied back around in back of the house. Yes, chef, right away, chef. And as you see the sweaty red tiefling hustle past and go dip back into the kitchen, he passes by a massively tall figure with a fawn-like face. Aaron, will you tell us about Squirrel?
So as Arthur is rushing back into the kitchen, I was trying to get his attention again, but I just never can seem to get his attention. I was hoping to maybe get a little bit of hot sauce to add to my noodle dish. And of course, I have to eat at the bar because being 8 foot tall, the tables are not made for me, and I'm just hoping I don't break another stool at the bar again, because they're not made for me either. And I'm sitting on 2 of them together to kind of offset the weight, and I'm enjoying my noodles. Squirrel has just gotten back from work, so he's sort of dressed up for what Squirrel would be, so he just doesn't have the normal leaves and twigs kind of stuck all over in his hair and in his clothing of leathers and stuff. So he's kind of cleaned up a little bit for work.
And as he's hunched over his bowl of noodles, just desperate for some hot sauce, trying his best, pulling it out, maybe like looking through a satchel pocket and then looking to try and find it. The camera pans over and we see Pixion sat there. What does Pixion look like, April?
Pixion is most definitely not sitting down. She is in fact a 2,900 pound, 9 foot tall centaur in golden gleaming plate. She very much looks out of place. She kicked down the door by accident for the 3rd time this week. She will pay for it. She has very tanned skin, a sort of like a horse-like ridge to her nose with a blazing white marking that continues down to a long ponytail. And she has the body type of like a very large, like warhorse or a Clydesdale with a spotted rump. And she is trying not to step on people, telling citizens to get out from underneath their hooves lest they get trampled. And she says, "Moo, good to see you."
And Pixion makes her way over to Moo, who's kind of sitting there studiously pulling apart an owl pellet and trying to find the bones to piece together this little skeleton. Take it away.
Hello, Moo.
This evil mute button. If you need to stay unmuted, you totally can.
Thank you. Hi, Pixion. You finally got here. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm good. Normally I would stand outside and lean into the window, but it doesn't reach over so far. I will. She sits down like a big dog, butt on the ground, clinking and clanking.
Pixion, look. I got, and I think it's an owlbear pellet. Look, I think it has a kobold inside. It's so cool.
I did not know owlbears coughed up pellets, so there you go. You learn something new every day, don't you?
this bear pellet is like the size of a paper towel roll. It's massive. So you're just like pulling out all of these like bits and bobs, and there's like just clumps of hair coming off on the table. And you see it was a communal table that you were sat at, and you see this kind of older guy kind of look over a little sidelong and like picks up his plate of like eggs and noodles and walks away and like sits down in a huff at another table.
And it probably smells like rank as all get out too. It's just not good. But
not
like,
exactly.
you start digging in with both hands enthususiastically. There's no gloves involved in this maneuver.
Nothing but happy for you.
Talonback covers his beer and moves away.
Barkeep! Pixion is extremely loud.
Yes. Hello. Yeah.
Hello, ale, please, and oats, if you don't mind.
Ale. Yeah. You see Arthur just like putting like he's got greasy hands, like kind of trying to clean it up. You'll notice like his entire like white like chef's like what do they call it? Chef's uniform.
Chef's whites.
Yeah, that thing. It's all like grease and like dirt and such. There are like some cigarette like buds like stains over there. He's frantically going around. He is not only the chef, but he's also the bartender and the server. This place is severely understaffed. Like, absolutely. He is trying to. It is a packed night, and he's trying his best to try to handle the patrons and like get bar orders and so on and so forth. But eventually, after a little bit, gets your ale. Here you go, and just plops it down.
Thank you, barkeep.
He goes past Squirrel.
I think Pixion would notice that. Barkeep!
Yeah. Yes.
The large grey fellow with the long hair. He wants your attention.
I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah.
All right, just some hot sauce, please. I know you're busy. I'm sorry.
I think we're out.
I know you have some personal stuff in the back, next to the peanut butter.
I'm not sure how you know that, but I'll go check it out. And he wanders away and starts looking around.
Oh, I can
And Talonback, you're eyeing this whole interaction. Arthur is one of your friends, and like you know where that hot sauce is kept, but it's a little strange that Squirrel knows where this hot sauce is kept next to the peanut butter.
Oh, Squirrel. You and I have done a little work together before, but I don't remember you ever hanging out in here. Like, how would you know he's got hot sauce back there?
I eat here all the time. I'm kind of hard to miss, but I am.
And here you go. Drops the hot sauce in. Sorry about that. And then runs back to the bar, starts helping out the patrons.
You've never seen me in here before?
You've got this really big blends into the background energy. It's
I
kind of
get that a lot.
envious.
I get that a lot.
Moo materializes from like next to your arm, like this, like off the counter, and she's like, "I always noticed you. You're really cool and fuzzy, and you have cool things about you. Do you want some, like,
Thanks, Moo.
She like offers you like a rib, like a piece of rib cage.
Thanks.
That is nasty.
Oh, Moo! We've talked about this! And Pixion stands up and knocks over the table with her heels.
And
Sorry?
Not again.
as this happens, as this table goes flying, and you hear patrons like, "Ah, what the fuck!" You see ale just spill. There's noodles going everywhere. Just as this happens, you see the door to the Greasy Spoon open, and standing there is a very nervous-looking elf with this bright golden skin and this long kind of orangish hair flowing down their back. They're wearing a blue doublet with an insignia on it, and they're kind of just looking around at the chaos that just ensued. And they're glancing about, and they make eye contact with Talonback. And they go ahead.
Oh, as this elf enters, Arthur screams out, "Wait's gonna be like 30 minutes or so, 30, 45 minutes. I'm sorry, it's a packed night.
And he goes, sorry, I was looking, excuse me, Mr. Kryn?
Yes, Elder Golthas.
No, Elder Golthus is my employer. My name is Corwin.
Oh.
I'm here with a note. Elder Golthus wanted me to drop this off for you, and he hands you a scroll.
I take the scroll.
Is this the friend of yours?
Everything okay? Why are you here instead of the elder?
Well, he's an elder, so he's not going to go run his messages himself. And he looks around and he goes, and the centaur just knocked over an entire oaken table, so I'm a little nervous.
It's all right.
It's okay. There's no chaos here. It was
Okay, I got this. Arthur starts cleaning the mess that's going on.
Better her than me.
It's just another night at the Greasy Spoon. Arthur, do you need help? And then just doesn't listen to the response.
Excuse me, Mr. Kryn, and you see that Corwin's kind of following along behind you. Excuse me, looking at Corwin, he's young. He's probably the equivalent of like a teen in elven years, or early 20s. So you get the sense that this is that you would know that this is Elder Golthus's squire, and you see him following along as you're going to clean up the mess, and you're all kind of descending upon the places you start to tidy up, and some of the patrons have kind of grumbled and left some coin on the bar and are leaving, and the bar is clearing out pretty quickly after the disruption of the table getting knocked over, and you just see Corwin kind of trailing along behind you. Excuse me, Mr. Kryn, it's a little bit of a pressing matter. If you could just could you read the scroll, please?
Yeah, everything's gonna be all right. Don't worry, man. And I'll go off to the side so I'm away from the chaos a little bit. Let's go over here to this quieter alcove, and I'll read the scroll there.
It's just this is like my first proper mission, and you see him kind of tug on his doublet a little bit, and I don't want to mess it up. So if you could please read the scroll for me.
Yeah. I will put a hand reassuringly on his shoulder and say, "You're doing a great job. Just, don't worry about it." And I might slip my hand into his pocket, just see if there's any loose change. But
ooh, first roll of the game. Roll for sleight of hand, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a bad roll, but it's a good bonus. Does a 14 do it?
A 14 would do it. You reach in and you find 3 silver pieces and what looks to be some sort of candy with like lint stuck to it that's like out of its wrapping.
It just makes me sad. I put it all back. And
he has no idea. Yeah. And as he stands there kind of wringing his hands, you unfurl the scroll. And it says, to Talonback, Kryn and Company. Your services are requested in Enodius. I have a job for you regarding a nuisance that has been terrorizing our town. I believe that you and your friends might be fit for this job. If you would please come meet me at the Echoing Well, I can give you more details. Signed, Elder Golthus.
Okay. All right, young squire. It has been read. Your message has been successfully delivered.
Thank you. And you see him take like a really deep bow and then straighten up, and he's like, so you good to go now? And you look over and you just see that like you see that Squirrel has righted the table, like just these massive forearms that he just has righted the table and is kind of polishing things up, and you see Arthur is just like swept the last of the eggs and noodle that had fallen on the floor into a pan. That seems relatively under control.
Oh, that's a shame. I might have eaten that.
So did you read this scroll?
No, I didn't. And you did see that there was a wax seal on it, stamped on it, but
So you don't have any further information about this, right?
No, but there has been we've been having Elder Golthus believes that there's a bit of a problem because we've got you'll just have to come see. I think that you might, yeah.
All right. I'm almost ready, but it did say "and company." So it's let me see if my buddy Arthur is interested in going on a road trip.
During all of this, Arthur reaches the elf. Your table's ready. It's there's like a clean table now.
Oh, that's very, very kind. I'm.
Here's it passes you a menu. If you need anything, just let me know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Talon, are you good?
I'm okay, but this gentleman has somewhat of a work opportunity for us. I think if you're interested in closing up shop for a little bit, and
Arthur looks at the chaos going on. It's like, we can close early tonight. Yeah, let's.
I mean, I hate to pull you away from all of this. I know how you love it.
Hey, everyone, out of here!
You just see like the remaining patrons like, and you see them like slam their beers and like their paper trays that were full of like poutine. They just like leave on the table, and you see them all kind of grumble and like, and a couple of them are like, "See you next week, Arthur," and on their way out. And it's just you all and Corwin left, and Corwin is looking very nervous. And he is, sorry. The thing that I forgot to say is that you will be rewarded handsomely. That's a direct quote.
Well, Talon's already handsome, so I don't know why he need the reward.
Well, I meant handsomely as in there are riches to be had of financial persuasion.
Oh, watch yourself, young elf! And Pixion is going to try and turn around and hit him with her flank.
He is going to make a dexterity save. He does not save it, and you just see him go poof, backwards and land on his ass. Hello, Phoenixy Wacky. Thank you so much for the raid. We're so happy to have you here.
It's all right.
No, it's all right. Just a little winded. And he stands up and like, listen, Eldergothus has promised you each 500 gold pieces if you will help him with this.
I put my arm around Talonback. So, do you need some help?
I mean, yeah. I mean, yes. Of course, the more the merrier. I do get a little bit of a commission, like a referral bonus.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Talonback. So, like 500 gold would buy
Who was it?
Oh, like some really cool dragon bones that I was really interested in, and I could also like go to see some of the grave sites, and so I just wanted to know if I could come along. Like, death is cool, but I can also make sure that you don't die as well.
I like not dying.
I mean, but death is like a natural part of like the life cycle and everything. So I just wanted to, if you're not cool with dying, then I can help in that regard. But if you want to die, I can also help in that regard. Just let me know which one you want to like do, and I can help. Either way.
Well, do you think your friend would want to come along just in case there's any stealth aspects to the mission?
Pixion?
Oh, I'm wonderful at stealth. If Mew's going, then I am too.
Sounds
Yay,
perfect.
Pixion, come along with us.
Wonderful.
You see Arthur cleaning up the entire establishment now. The greasy spoons. It's clean. Walks up to Talon's like, so what job? What are we doing?
I don't know. Something about a monster. Let's go.
Money.
That it's a monster. But, yeah, there's money, and Eldergoth. And you just see Corwin like just totally losing it at this point, and just opens the door and is like, "Will you just come, please? It's my job, and it's the one job I've got, and this is the first one."
Well, make sure you don't lose your job. You're going to be doing great.
I got you, buddy. Goes behind the bar, picks up like top shelf like booze, mixes it around. This is what's on the house.
While you're back there for the road, do you mind grabbing that peanut butter?
I got you.
See Corwin just very surreptitiously Oh, haha, from Phoenix Iwaki, did you see the advantage one of our crew donated to your players before you started? Ha ha ha. Thank you, Phoenix Iwaki. I did not see that, so thank you. You all have an advantage in your back pocket. Excellent. As you all kind of... you also have been given a healing potion, so I'm presuming you can kind of do a party fund healing potion for that. So... as you all kind of gather your provisions and you shut down the greasy spoon for the evening, you step outside and you see Corwin has a serviceable horse that he rode into town, and you see him kind of hop on the back and he goes, it's just Enodius, it's just west of here, and we can all go together now. It won't take us very long if you're ready to go.
Did you say Enodas?
Yes, Enodius. Yes, just west of.
Yeah, I've heard that place. Yeah.
Right.
Talon, this is pulls Talon over. Are you sure you want to do this?
I mean, I'm out of money, so, and I've worked with Golthas before. He pays on time.
I mean, do you remember the last time we were there? It wasn't it wasn't my favorite memory.
It wasn't that bad. Most of the
for
stage
you,
came out right away.
Lifts up one of his left hand. Arthur's missing a pinky.
Oh, gods.
Are you ever gonna let that go?
Talk to me in a year. We'll just talk to me in a year.
Was that your commission, Talon, back that you were talking about?
Fingers?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
We'll have to talk about that commission later.
Oh, my finder's fee. No, that's it's gold. No, I don't collect. I don't collect body parts or dead things, but you might ask, who?
This is body part dead things? Wait. And she goes to the chef and she's like, where did the pinky go? Do you still have it?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Did it get
Is
eaten?
that correct, Talon? Looks at Talon.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Do you have it?
No, I don't have it.
Oh, okay.
And you do a closer examination as you see Moo's
Arthur,
kind of like.
tell her where the pinky is.
You've seen Moo has pulled Arthur's hand up and is just like examining all the way around Moo. You notice that it's been cauterized, so you get the sense that it was like blasted off in something that happened. And as you're looking, you see Arthur's beginning to walk, and Corwin is kind of like peering over his shoulder and is starting to lead you all exiting the town, heading towards Enodius. As you all are on your first mission.
Are we walking, or is Corwin going to give all of us a ride?
Corwin, you all have various horses and you have various means of transportation. Pixion obviously is a horse and can take care of herself as she's moseying. You load up with provisions, you load up your horses. It's about 3 or 4 hour ride as you make your way along to Enodius. And some of you have been here before, and some of you haven't. This is the first time for you, but you know of the town. Enodius is a village that is known for its devotion to the cycles of life and death, the give and take. They are very devout in celebrating spring and summer, and as the colder months, as fall and winter set in, they have harvest festivals. They are very devoted to the changing of the seasons, and they understand that there is no life without death, and there is no death without life. And one of the exemplifications, the greatest exemplification of the fact that they are so devout to this life and death cycle is through the worship of Cawl Tormat, who is the life and death dragon who lives in this region. Has once been called the sleeping dragon. And you have heard, especially Talonback would know this because he's consistently taken jobs there. Arthur would probably have heard of this too. Is that the villagers upon their harvest will gather provisions when the cold starts to set in the fall, and take it to the sacrificial grounds. They bring provisions of crops and food, fruit, any sort of livestock, anything that they could bring to as an offering to Cal Tormat. And upon arriving here in Enodius, you notice that the energy here is very different, especially for those of you who have been here before. What was once kind of a bustling, small city, mid-sized town, you're not seeing a lot of activity. You're arriving kind of late in the afternoon here. You're seeing that there are places with windows boarded up. You're seeing that there are some folks kind of looking a little bit apprehensive. And as you walk your way through the village, you see a signpost for a tavern, an inn and tavern known as the Echoing Well. And you see Corwin pause here and dismount his horse and tie it off outside. And he goes, Eldegothus will just be inside then, and indicates off to the side and hits his plant on the way. Indicates off to the side, and you see that the door opens, and you walk in. It's a smaller tavern than the Greasy Spoon. It's got these kind of scrub oak tables. Things feel old here. It seems as though once this tavern had been established, not much has changed in the however many centuries that it could have been here. You see a couple people from the town kind of sitting at tables with their, kind of keeping to themselves, or more donations. Fantastic. I'm just getting pinged from my producer. Did we get another advantage from artists? And then another healing potion and another advantage from Mo?
Oh my
Holy
goodness.
moly. These are all coming in. Wow. Thanks, y'all. That's amazing. Okay, so another advantage for players, another advantage, and another healing potion. So
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
you should have 2 healing potions, and I believe you have 3 advantages now.
that's correct,
Go to
yes.
the big bad and just one him off
Just
him right now.
totally
Yeah,
smack him in the face.
We are ready.
Janelle's ready to speedrun this.
And as you find yourselves kind of settling in with these, couple patrons here and there, you see behind the bar is a sturdy, tough-looking dwarf who, with a dirty rag, is polishing a tankard. And he looks up and goes, "Oh, can I help you?"
Ulrich, what's up?
And then you just see him, "Hey, Arthur!" And you see him kind of step up onto a step stool and offer a big hand over to
I
you.
go up to hug him. My horns are ruffling around. I whisper to Ulrich, "This place has seen better days. How are you?" Touch his face and everything, his beard.
And you see Ulrich kind of, "Yeah, it's good to see you too, mate. Thanks for coming in." Oh, man. Hey, you brought some friends. Hey, Talonback, good to see you again.
I'm not sure if the rest are. They're along. They're here. I'm not sure. Friends is a strong word.
With Moo and coming in, kind of close behind, you see that Squirrel ducks to get in to the tavern, and then you just see Pixion just trying to figure out the Tetris of a centaur that's the size of the Anheuser-Busch horse trying to get in.
If you have a window you could open.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Got it. And you see him hop down, and he kind of scurries over to the window, and he throws it open. He goes, "There you go. That would be more comfortable, I bet."
Thank you. And she
I'll
will just
scoot the
stand
table
outside.
closer just in case.
How kind.
Yeah, I happily sit at the table near where Pixion's head is, and I was like, "Thanks for accommodating for my friend. Appreciate it."
So you're here for Eldegothus, is that right? And Corwin's like, "Yes, that is right, indeed." Great. Well, he should be along shortly. Can I get you something to drink?
Arthur is
Look
already
at
behind
Corwin.
the counter.
Drinks are on you, correct?
Corwin just pats his pockets and goes, I am... No.
They're on the elder. On the elder.
I mean, I would have to check with him. I'm not entirely sure about that, but maybe. And as he's kind of stuttering,
Well,
and
if that's the case, and Arthur starts pulling the top shelf booze and everything and starts mixing it. Gives a drink for everybody.
Oh, thanks, Corwin.
I hand a drink right to Corwin. I just kind of put it up in his face. Here you go.
That's an expedition with a per diem. That's nice. I like that.
And as you're all kind of getting drinks and settling in, and Ulrich's kind of running around back behind the bar, you see the door open again, and you see an older gentleman walk through, and he's wearing that same kind of blue with the red and the insignia on his chest, and he's got long silver hair that goes down his back, and he walks in and goes, "Ah, well met then. Excellent. Very well. Ulrich, could you give us the room?" And he goes, "Certainly, sir. I got it." And he scampers off and tells the other patrons that they have to scurry along. And after a short amount of time, I just got a correction from Phoenix Iwaki. We have 2 advantages and 1 healing. No, that's incorrect. Oh, okay. Never mind. Forget about that. The voice of God came in my ear. Sorry. And as the room clears, you see that before you is who you, Talonback, recognize is Elder Golthus. He's someone who's hired you several times in the past, and he sits down at the table that's close to the window, and you all settle in with your drinks. He goes, "Thank you all for coming. Well, very delighted to have you all here, as we have a spot of bother in the town. I think you've noticed that there's a bit of concern or unrest that's happening."
Yes, many windows are boarded up. Why do people shy away from Palor's light?
Well, I would wonder that exactly, my dear. You've hit it spot on. We've had a bit of a worrying sort of, long time now. You see, there is a creature, very specifically, who I believe has been wreaking havoc here in our fair city, night after night. I believe that the villagers are completely terrified. And there's this massive sort of creature that is roaming about the space and has been kidnapping children, attacking old ladies in the street. It is beyond me, and I've quite had enough, and I must act to protect my citizens, you understand.
Gods, has anyone seen this creature with their own eyes?
Not directly. However, I'm under the impression that there is a rather large, hulking figure. It's seen lurking about, cloaked in black shadows, it seems. Now, I have a feeling that he has a resting place that he adjourns to during the day. Finds himself deep underground, perhaps. You see, we are a very devout people. We worship the dragon. We've run into hard times as our patron, life-giving and death-bringing, seemed to have reached the end of his life as well. Though we maintain our rites and rituals as is customary, I believe that whatever this creature is finds his resting place just near the dragon itself. I believe that if you go to the sacrificial grounds, to the temple of Khal Tormut, you would find exactly what you're looking for. Dispatch of the creature, and I will reward you handsomely.
Elder, wait, so your dragon is dead? It died?
Such is the cycle of life.
Yes, where is it?
Oh, at
Time and a place, darling.
Hmm? It's a happy occasion, isn't it? Why are you all so sad?
That is exactly it, my dear. While we honor and revere our dragon, we are not saddened by his passing, and we know it is cyclical. We know that because he is the representation of life and death, that it must not be long before he rises again. And I believe whatever this creature is attempting to stop that from happening. And we simply cannot permit that.
Oh.
No, we cannot. Well, sounds like a quest.
Indeed it
mean-
is.
A quest.
For Paylor?
What, so if I like take a little bit of like the dragon's like piece of bone, is it like okay, or is it like not good because the dragon's gonna come back and then it'll have like a floppy like finger or something?
No, dragon's bone makes for some good soup.
You see Elder Golthus just like backing up and raising an eyebrow and like looking at you and then looking at Arthur and then looks at specifically at Pixion and goes, You understand that they are not to move the corpse, correct?
Yes, I do, sir.
Very well.
We can find you different bones, Moo, I promise.
Okay. So,
We'll definitely find some bones along the way.
yeah.
Indeed. You certainly might. The temple is not far from here. You see, we make our pilgrimages and bring our offerings to them. So, just outside of the city along the path, you'll find it along the mountain. There's a crevasse there, an outcropping that you can tuck away into. And that is where you would find it. I believe that if you stop it at its source, that will be the best way to defeat it. If it is allowed to come into the village, I cannot predict what might happen.
Very well.
I have a question. Has the creature injured anybody in the village? Like, are there any like markings or like bruises or anything left by the creature?
Oh, well.
Arthur raises his left hand with the pinky.
Is that from the creature?
Whoa,
Really?
you've fought it before?
I'm not sure fight is the word I'd use.
An eyewitness account.
Well, you see, that would be the first I've heard of it. I've just heard of people going missing. People without families or... Well, I suppose that the creature preys on those that perhaps believes that no one would mourn them in their passing, which is quite a terrible thing indeed.
Curious. All right. Sounds like we have our work cut out for us then.
You certainly do. And he slams a bag onto the table and you hear the tinkling of coin. He goes, I'll provide you half now and half once you've completed the task. There you are, 250 gold pieces each. And my thanks.
I move over to Talon. You could just, leave right now. That's my pockets are full.
I do know the way. I have given occasionally during the summer though the tours to temple for folks, so I at least know how to get us there.
Oh, wonderful, Squirrel.
But I do love all these notes from the elder that I'll be adding to next summer's tour.
Oh, certainly. Yes, thank you, Squirrel. I appreciate it, and I'm glad that you've been keeping eco-tourism as part of our infrastructure here.
Yes, I'll be sure to mention some of these details are fantastic. Like, if you hear anything that sounds slightly embellished, it's for the tips. Sorry.
Well, I cannot begrudge you getting your coin. Very well. Ulrich here will see that you have any food and provisions that you might need. And, very well, I suspect it would be best for you to be on your way. Get there before sundown.
Yes. Well, we must make hay while Pella's sun shines. Come on.
An adventure.
I guess we're doing this. Yeah. Sounds
Come
good.
on, Arthur. It'll be better than last time, I'm sure of it.
Arthur, if you lose another finger, I'll just make sure I can grow it back after I've taken one of the... Is that okay if I take... Maybe not? Maybe not?
Oh, I'd love to see this.
I can grow
I mean,
it
that sounds
back.
awesome.
That sounds really rad.
Cool.
Fair payment.
That's great. Okay,
Well,
I got you.
you've seen this monster, you said, right? Talonback?
None of you, in point of fact, would have seen this monster. This is a fairly for the two of you who kind of come here as the like industry bros after hours. You know that it's a good place to cool down after some sort of shady dealings. This is a new development. You haven't heard of a creature lurking around Enodius, although it is very apparent that Arthur did lose his pinky at some point in here. But
He was lying.
oh, absolutely. Actually, just for fun, make a deception check.
Should I use my advantage on this?
If you need it.
If you want to, it's up to you.
Yeah, we'll just go with a straight dice roll.
Okay, great.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I
Didn't
can
need that
I will
advantage
take
check.
photos. I will take photos of that.
Wow,
I've definitely seen the monster, is what we understand. Okay.
Yes, as you all understand it, Arthur has seen this monster. Although you see Elder Golth is kind of looking a little bit apprehensive and a little bit nervous at the idea that Arthur had encountered this creature, because every report in this village, in this town, has been that there have been no witnesses.
Well, how did you survive?
Describe the monster.
Yeah,
What did
tell
it
us
look
about
like?
it.
Tell us.
Was it undead? Was it a fiend? What was it? A demon? A devil?
Arthur takes out some fantasy cigarettes, starts smoking it.
A pipe?
It's giving Big the Bear vibes right now.
I'll tell you about it after we finish this job.
I
You
mean,
see-
the job is the creature. Would it not be
I think-
helpful for you to tell us of it?
I think it
I
would
pull
be
out my
good.
sketchbook and I go through some pages. Does it look like this? Does it look like this? Does it look like this?
Nope. Nope. A little bit of that. Nope.
Okay. Pixion stamps a hoof. It behoove you to tell us.
Oh my god.
See what you did there.
Oh my god.
I like when Pixie Ann does this. It's so
Oh my
funny.
god.
What's funny?
Oh, and all of it. It's really
I don't
funny.
know.
Arthur saw the creature and he won't tell us. That's really funny. Arthur, you should tell us.
It's just. All right.
My friend was a little scarred by the events of what transpired. It might be too soon for him to talk about
He
it.
ate his pinky.
It's. I'll be honest with y'all. I was inebriated. There was flashes and darkness and
Flashes?
in my
Like
pinky
magic?
and flashes. Not sure if it was magical flashes. Not sure if someone was taking like a candlelight and was going oof. It was just. It all happened at once.
All right, well, we are burning daylight. We're losing it. Moo, jump aboard. Let's go.
Oh,
You see, you all load up. Ulrich has provided a number of provisions for you, just in case. He claps you on the back, Arthur, and says, "Right then, if you don't come back, what do you want me to do with that that thing I've been hiding for you?" Yeah, it's still here. I mean, it's starting to smell.
You know what?
So we'll figure it out. We'll
that's a future
we'll figure it out. Yeah, that's a future. You know what? That's a future you problem, and that is manifesting that you're not gonna die. Anyway,
I will swear I will come back as whatever spirit needs to be, and I will tell you what to do with that, even if I die. So we're gonna have instructions. We'll have a plan.
great. Yes, sounds good. Kryn, good luck out there.
Thanks, man. Thanks,
He's gonna
Ulrich.
need it.
Sorry that I'm rubbing off on Arthur, but the shirking responsibility thing is contagious.
Well, when you come back, drinks on the house. How's that sound?
Oh, you are singing my song.
Excellent. We'll see you then, yeah? And as you all load up and you head out of the town along this mountain pass, you notice that the colors here are vibrant, more vibrant than you have experienced in other places. It's fall around this time of year, and you're seeing the changing leaves, the brilliant golds, the deep reds, the chocolate browns of the trees. You're seeing the orangey looking trees with the trunks that look almost black. They're so vibrant. You, Squirrel, are having a field day as you're just seeing all the different flora and fauna around here. This is one of the most exciting places for you because it's so distinctly different from everything that you've seen, even it being so close to Crossroads where you spend so much of your time. The flora and fauna here are different. You're occasionally hearing creatures moving through the forest, kind of making their way as sundown is approaching. And you pass
out like billboards.
Yes, you call and you go, that's a moon bear, and over there, yeah. And you just kind of very interestedly clue everybody in. And some folks are entertained, and some folks probably couldn't care less. But it's fun for you. And as you make your way along, you come along to this mountain pass that starts to creep up, and you start seeing stones along the wall. So as the forest kind of falls away, we're seeing more craggy, shifting rock. There is a path that's clearly been tread several times as the townsfolk have been offering their contributions here. And as you make your way, you do see that up ahead there is a split in the rock there. It's just wide enough for a human-sized person to get through. For the Furbolg, it's a bit of a duck, and for Pixion, it is like rock climbing. You are down on kind of sliding your body along. And as it opens out into this, essentially like a caldera, this massive open air space where the mountain, almost as if the top has been lopped off, and there's this deep basin. And you notice here that the grass is bright green. For it being fall, it's a bit strange that this is happening. You see that there is you see that there is a brilliant green grasses. You see that there are flowers popping out of the ground in these kind of electric blues and these very, vibrant reds and pops of coral. And you do see that it kind of stretches all the way up the cavern wall, and you're seeing that there's mosses hanging down. And in the center of this whole space, you see a crumbling mausoleum. And next to it is a deep black, this sort of obsidian colored tree that shifts its way up and wraps this way. And you see the branches kind of tangled and gnarled coming off with no discernible foliage. It just is a bare tree, and it's got this very deep, dark black. And even to you, Squirrel, this is unlike anything you've ever seen, even in the time you've spent here in Enodius. You also see before you that kind of at the base there, you see the massive form of a skeletal dragon kind of curled around itself, almost as if it passed in repose. It was sleeping and laid down here. You also see that just adjacent to the tree, there is a large headstone coming out of the ground. And you can make out very faintly that there seems to be some sort of writing on the stone. What do you do?
Moo, please control yourself.
We're not those bones.
She's like clipping through the floor in excitement.
I know it's exciting. I promise we'll find different bones for you. You can't touch the dragon.
Just one.
No claws, no teeth, no ribs, no nothing.
Come on. It won't miss a tooth.
I think it will. It's not respectful.
Why would it miss it? It's dead.
It's just no. It's just no. We
And
don't.
you heard what the elder said. It'll come back to life eventually, right?
Yeah, but it's we're doing a mission for the dragon. Maybe it's like a reward from the dragon.
Maybe if the dragon is conscious and awake, it can gift you a tooth, if it so chooses, Moo.
Consent. It's very
Or
important.
later, we can go and slay a red dragon, and you can have that.
Ooh,
Can I
fresh
go
bag.
over and read the headstone?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna
what-
follow with them.
What languages do you speak, Talonback?
Few. Common, sign language, Draconic, Elvish, Thieves' Cant.
It doesn't seem to be anything that you can discern.
What if I cast Comprehend Languages?
That'll do.
You
Oh
cast.
no, that's only for spoken word.
Aha. Yes. Instead of
Reading's a different one.
reading is fundamental. But you do see that upon the stone, you do see that there are little kind of constellation details. There's a little kind of pattern here, but you do see that there's this kind of arc of language of lettering, and then there's a little constellation pattern.
Is there any?
I would take out a parchment and do a rubbing of
Yeah.
the thing.
I've taught
so we
you
can take
well.
it with us.
Are you tracing?
What are you
no.
looking at?
I
What's
taught
written
him
on it?
I taught him this trick a while back. It's a grave rubbing. Very good.
He showed me how to do it with leaves, but it works with gravestones too.
What languages does everyone else speak?
I can
Sylvan and Undercommon.
I can
Giant.
speak
Druidic.
infernal, draconic. I don't know why.
Infernal, common.
Pixion, you recognize this. It's Undercommon.
Oh, I think I can read it.
It says, in kind of faded lettering, it's crumbled a bit. It says, "Here layeth the fallen protector."
She relays that to everyone. Fallen protector. That's what
And
it
you
says.
see this kind of cluster of stars just below that.
Oh. Do I recognize it as a constellation, or?
Go ahead and give me. Let's see here. I'm going to say history or nature check.
Is there like
History?
any correlation between like the constellation and this big black tree? Like, is there like, do they like line up with each other? Is there
15,
anything I
16,
can discern from that?
18.
An 18. You don't necessarily. You know your main study has been and devotion to Pylor. However, to you, if you were kind of putting it together, it does look like a constellation. It looks like maybe something you've seen in some of the literature that you've read or some things that you've studied along the way, but you don't necessarily know exactly what it is, but it does appear to be a constellation. Janelle, you had a question as well.
Yes.
Sorry.
So there's this big black tree. There's
Mhm.
this tombstone, and then there's this dragon that surrounds it, right?
Yeah.
Is there like any like? Do I recognize like? Is there like any sort of like patterns where like the trees are like kind of lined up with like the constellation on the tombstone, or is there like anything that is that does it seem like composed in a way that would like an artist or someone like that's it like outside of like natural, like it looks like a natural thing, like is this like a composed like scene, if that makes any sense? Like, do I notice like anything like lining up?
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay, I'm gonna take my hands are up. I'm gonna take. I got a natural 20 again. I made this joke. I want to preface. I made this joke that I only make natural 20s.
No.
This happened in the green room. Janelle was like, "I'm gonna roll nothing but natural 20s," and we were like, "Ha ha ha ha."
Funny. Yeah.
Janelle is an actual Fey touched confirmed.
Yes, 100%. And I am seeing our chat. Yep, there it is.
Does
Brilliant.
the tree look natural to me?
to Janelle's question first, you're not necessarily seeing a correlation between the pattern on the headstone and the tree. You're not exactly, even with a natural 20, you're not seeing that like the tree is in the shape of the constellation. Squirrel, this is not a natural tree to you. This doesn't appear to be a naturally occurring tree. However, Janelle, you do recognize, as you're kind of glancing and you're looking at the shape of the tree, the fallen dragon, the mausoleum, and then you look once again at this headstone, with Pixion having told you that it looks like a constellation, you recognize it. This is a constellation known as the Dragon's Dance. And it's said to be this representation of the eternal dance of life and death. And you also know that there's this customary there's a custom that you must honor the constellation when you see it with a personal tale of life and death.
Grabs another fantasy cigarette. All right, y'all. I got something to tell you. And then I relay all that information you just said, Caito.
Lore dump.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
It's yeah.
You're so smart.
I've been around.
What is your give us a small tale of this connection to life and death. You do know, while you don't necessarily find it related to any sort of pantheon of gods or any sort of, you're not a religious person by any means really, but you do know that it is customary to honor this. And actually, Squirrel, you would recognize this, and Moo, you would recognize this to be something that it's necessary to honor. All of you kind of have this understanding that there needs to just be a brief something, a description of watching a vase full of flowers dying or something along those lines that is kind of the customary thing that you know you must do. We'll start with Janelle.
So I was at a hunting party with some Dragonborn, and we were hunting this massive red dragon for what seemed like 2-3 months. And when we finally got him, there was this, they would tell me about this ritual to honor the dead. And so they always pointed out these constellations and talking about just things being in a natural order. And yeah, we did a cute little dragon dance, you know? They wagged their little tails, I wagged my little tail. It was life-changing.
That's beautiful.
Does it call to mind a story for you, Moo?
Yes. Back where I grew up, we always honored the dead with offerings to them because it's the greatest gift of life to die. So each bone that I collect is meant to bless a different part of you. It's a phalange, one of the phalanges for the gift of dexterity, and a piece of rib cage for strength, and a little skull for intelligence and your wisdom. And you also would have the metatarsals for charisma, and the collarbone for wisdom. It's wonderful. And we would often wear them and dance in a circle around the recently deceased, bless the bones. We would all, eat dinner around them. We would keep them around for a while. Sometimes it'd get a little stinky, but it's okay. but it was the best thing. It's the best thing to die. And so when my dad passed away, we all did it too. But like, it was weird because I felt a little sad, but it was awesome because he was, it was the honored thing to do. Yeah, that's kind of what we did.
That's lovely, Moo.
Pixion, this calls to mind some things that you remember in your exchanges with this life and death dance.
Yes, as a foal, I remember when the matron of our herd passed away. So when a centaur dies, their bodies are returned to the Sea of Grass, the Great Plains where we live, and they are laid as is within the tall grasses where we don't go, a field of our honored dead, and they are allowed to bless the ground, make the grass that we eat, and the circle of life continues.
That's beautiful to see.
Thank you, Moo.
Squirrel, what does it call to mind for you in your dealings with all of this strange, beautiful life around you?
Well, this brings up, the small fortune that I guess that's the word, small fortune. I'm fortunate in small ways for the income that I derive from the ghost tours that I lead back home. And obviously it takes someone to have had an interesting life for me to take people on these small tours and share those stories with them, whether they were people that they were generally made great changes amongst the population for good or bad. So I have to thank each of those individuals for their contribution.
And finally, Talonback, what does it call to mind for you?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty envious of all of you with your somewhat sanguine relationship with this dance of death. My understanding of death is that it's cruel. It's meant to take things from you. Early in my career, I had a mentor that taught me the ways of adventure and dungeon delving, and we ran into a chamber that was trapped, and it unleashed a necrotic energy to the chamber, and the ceiling on top of that collapsed upon us, and I was lucky enough to survive, but I had to watch my mentor pass. And if I had to find some bit of solace in his passing, it is the anguish of loss that revisits me when I see things that remind me of him. And it reminds me to live.
And as you say that final line, it reminds me to live, you place your hand on the headstone. And it's strange. It doesn't feel like stone beneath your fingers as you touch it. It feels almost as if it has this kind of crust on it and slightly soft. It's a strange texture. As you place your hand on it and kind of run it curiously, you hear a rumbling sound deep below your feet. You feel the ground start to shake. Just then, in front of the headstone itself, you see the ground split open, and a hulking figure rises from the earth. And that, my friends, is where we're going to take our break.
Let's go!
Cliffhanger. Okay, we are going to take a tight 10 here. So please get some water, stretch your legs, get a snack. We're going to come back with more amazing goodness, and we'll see you in just a few. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for Pale Harvest Part 1. If you like what you see this evening, tune in next week for the conclusion of Part 2. We are playing with some of the most fabulous artists that we could cobble together at this wonderful table. I also didn't say this at the beginning. Each of the character images that you are seeing when we have introduced or when we're talking about some of the player characters in this, each of the artists has drawn their own character art because they're all professional artists who work for companies like Marvel and Wizards of the Coast and do lots of Magic the Gathering stuff, and it's freaking awesome, and that's why we're here. We got this table together in support of World Central Kitchen. That is what this whole week is about. This is a fundraiser event for them. We have collaborated with Phoenix Iwaki and Guild Superior to put all of this together. So if you want more information about this, there's the exclamation point WCK in chat that Raven did. Thank you so much, Raven. And more information on our fundraiser. You can click that link and see the donations and the incentives that we have there. Each of these artists has so very, very generously donated some of their work that can be in the form of playmats and tokens and proxies for Magic the Gathering, a beautiful tapestry, character art, decks for your 5e games. So do check it out. We're going to talk a little bit more about that as we go along. So do check it out. It's going to be great. You can also buy advantages and healing potions for our players. You can also buy me an advantage. Wink. So feel free to do that throughout here. All of the proceeds that we raise in this process are going to be going to World Central Kitchen. So we're really excited. And thank you again, artists, for being here and being a part of this. And with all of that said, I think it's time to roll initiative.
Let's do it.
Hold on to your numbers.
Okay.
And your butts, because you're probably going to need to hold on to your butts. Give me just 1 second while I get my shit organized. And I switch my own battle music on my end, because otherwise I can't get hype. Okay, so let me have my 25 to 20. Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Oh no, let me get my 15 to 20.
18.
18 as well.
What's your dex numbers, friends?
+0.
-1.
Oh,
Okay, so Moo, followed by Pixion.
Yay, buddies.
My 10 to 15s.
15.
15 to the Barbarian. And my under 10s? What's going on? Oh, we lost your sound, Tyler. We also lost Aaron's sound because he's muted, but
13.
13, okay. 13 to Squirrel. And do we have a Tyler? Can't hear you. Your headphones might have died. I see a 12 in the chat, though. Damn you, tech goblins. For what it's worth, Tyler, you are at the bottom of the initiative order, so you can start the battle while you're sorting sound things. Oh, don't worry. Headstone's going first.
Oh no.
He rolled a 20.
Cool.
Hulking before you, you see this massive blue-gray giant creature with these mossy protrusions and mushrooms and strange things growing out of its back. You see this massive, with a headstone that you'd previously been looking at, kind of sticking up off the side there. You see he wields a very deadly-looking stone pillar of some kind. His face is gaunt and sunken. A special thank you to Darling Creepshow for this beautifully painted mini that she allowed us to take photos of it, or that she had taken photos of and sent to us so that we could use it for this. So we're very excited about that. Before you stands this creature, looking at you, eyeing you, shifting its head side to side. And as it does, you see it reach a long, gnarled finger out with these blackened claws. And you, Talonback, having been just next to the headstone, touches you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, can you hear me yet?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. Haha, welcome back.
Great. Saving throw, you said?
Yes.
That's a +1, 17.
Add another 3 to that. I think he's within 10 feet of me, is he?
Yes, he is. Yes.
I'm
So
at 20.
You get +3 on all your saving throws if you're within 10 feet of me.
Well, then you won't get the 12d8 damage that this would have done, but you will get half of that. Let me get all my d8s here. Hold on. Yeehaw, Pally. I love that. Okay. Ooh, that's a good sound.
Oh,
That's a
that's
good
meaty.
So many dice.
Let's see here. That is
Fireball level of dice.
that is 6, 10, 17, 18, 19, 22. Oh my god. 28, 34. Oh my god. I went to school for theater. This is horrible and I'm on the spot. It would have been 44 points of necrotic damage, but because you had succeeded on it, it's merely 22 as you feel this finger reach out and touch you. And
What if I use my uncanny dodge ability?
hey, then you can have that again down to 11.
I love that idea, and I am particularly offended by the use of necrotic energy against me. It it literally is a huge phobia for me.
That's why I'm really glad that your story went last. I did not plan that. As you feel this kind of suctioning life force, you see that the skin around the place where the giant had touched you is like blackened, and you can see these sickly purple veins creeping down your arm. Well, that will be its turn, and that will hand it off to Moo. And you can see the owlbear map is there for you.
I can't imagine what I would ever do except for channel divinity turn undead. Only turn undead becomes seer undead. And Moo extends this bone that you thought that was just a bone that she extends out to have this like skull head, and it's like a staff. And she aims it towards it. The eyes glow purple as this bright power from her radiates out of the skull and right into the creature's eyes. And it also comes with this like purple hell flame that erupts and works to surround him with like these skeletal fingers of like death, just encapsulating him.
Ooh.
So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh, I love that flavor. Okay, so seer undead.
If it fails its saving throw from turn undead, it takes 5d8 radiant damage.
Cool. And by that I mean, oops. Who designed this?
Oops.
All right, so the turn undead, he needs to make a DC.
A DC. What's my spell? A DC 17.
DC 17. Con save. Is that correct? Or is that? Oh, it might be. Is it con or wisdom? Sorry, friends. We're looking at rules.
Whatever her spellcasting thing is should be the
Oh
same.
yeah, your ability, I think.
Yeah, my spell save is 17.
You're a cleric, right? So wisdom based.
Yeah.
I think
it's. I am looking it up right now. There it is. I think it is wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom.
Yes. Okay. Well, yeah. You are stacked. Okay, wisdom saving throw. He's super smart.
So smart.
And you said DC 17, I believe, is what we had landed on. He got a 17.
Oh, Mason beats it.
Dang. Oh, man.
Oh, does he resist it altogether? That would suck. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, the seer will not work. But it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't end the turn effect, but it doesn't work. Okay, cool.
And you do get it 3 times per long rest.
Yep.
Which is great. So that's your action. What's your bonus action?
I don't believe I can cast as a bonus action. You do not have Warcaster, so I'm going to back a little bit. Oh no, I'm in the range, aren't I?
Mm-hmm. You are. It would be an attack of opportunity.
All right. I'm gonna stay put for now and just like keep my staff ready.
Great.
As my fire dissipates.
Alrighty, tidy. Oof, beautiful. Pixion, your turn.
Okay, previous happy-go-lucky Pixion is now extremely not happy. Her ears have pinned back, and she rears back at the sight of her least favorite thing, undead. And she takes out her Morning Star. Ooh, 15. What's 15 plus 8? Whatever that is.
To hit, absolutely hits.
Cool. 4. 1d8 plus 4. 1d8 plus 4. Ooh, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of piercing.
11 points of piercing damage.
It has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Amazing.
And then she is going to rear back again and say, "Burn in Palor's light, undead." And I'm going to throw in a Divine Smite.
Ooh, dang. Get it.
For 48 of radiant damage.
Nice.
Oh, is it a fiend or undead? I assume it's undead.
It is. It's undead.
5d8 radiant damage.
Hey, bada bing.
Oh my god. Okay, 8 numbers. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 25 points of radiant damage.
Ooh, spicy right out the gate.
She's angry.
Not fucking around. You had your Morning Star, correct? So as you rear back and you say, "Burn in Pelor's light, Hellfiend," or whatever. I can't remember exactly what you said. You clip it right across the shoulder, and as you do, you see it make contact. You see this spray of Icarus black purple blood and this puff of green powder come off of it. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Pour moi?
Oui, pour toi.
Okay. Okay. It's a +5. Plus another 3. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
You do save. You would have otherwise taken 66 poison damage, but you're only going to take half.
Cool. Don't love that.
That will be 10, 16. That'll be 11 points of poison as you feel that as these kind of glimmering green spores land on you and you as you've clipped it. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Pixion?
No, that is Pixie.
Alrighty then. Then that brings us to Arthur.
Well, this is gonna be annoying. Rolls up his sleeve, like smokes a little bit of his cigarette left, puts it out, and then you notice that Arthur has like 2 massive swords behind his back. One of them is serrated, and then one of them is not. And effectively, one is a giant bread knife or bread sword, and the other is a chef sword. And he grabs his little bread sword, and Arthur begins to rage. So he typically, like, he's a little scrawny, and all of a sudden, like, he just boom, 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 starts like hulking up, gets really like his yellow eyes start like flaring up, and his like horns like start like they feel a lot more dangerous, and starts running at this what is it again? Grave
Its name is Headstone. It appears to be some sort of undead giant.
Headstone. And begins to reckless attack it. So I get, for my first attack of the turn, I can decide to attack recklessly, giving me advantage on my next melee weapon attack rolls using strength during the turn. However, attack rolls against me have advantage until my next turn. So I will roll where are my 20s? There we go. 17 and 17.
Wow. 17 hits.
17 hits, and so let's see. This should be 2d6 plus 4. 2d6. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 points.
11, all right.
And then also with my Berserker class, I also have extra attack. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you attack, whenever you take an attack action your turn. So I'm going to go ahead and take another swing at this bad boy. And I'm going to use one of my community advantages that I got. So
Heck yeah, do it.
15.
15 does not hit.
The Great Sword has graze, so what are the graze rules again? It's if your attack rolls and the weapon misses a creature, you can deal damage to that creature equal to the ability modifier you use to make the attack roll. So
there you go. So what's your ability modifier for that?
My ability modifier for this
It's 25.
Plus 89.
4.
4. Okay, so 4 points of damage. Alrighty, tighty. Do you have another attack, or is that?
That's it.
There you go. Right on. So then, if you're all set on your turn, that brings us to Squirrel.
So, Squirrel is taken aback, and he's also, his eyes go a little wide at the damage that Talonback has taken, and he steps into action and throws a few of his own bones that he's had in his pouch. Maybe a little showing off to Moo, maybe seeing if he can check this out, what bones can do. And he throws these pile of small bones and conjures up a large pack of spectral wolves. And
Ooh, snap.
And while hopefully that's all happening in front of our friend Headstone, and let's see, I suppose we should take care of whatever this thing does. Just to throw it out there, what our little pack of wolves does. They're spectral, they work as one unit. And let's see, I have advantage on strength saving throws while within 5 feet of my pack, and they'll be right in front of me.
Ooh.
Let's see. I would like them to move if they're within 10 feet of this creature, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so they're in this creature's space.
They are, yes.
Okay, so I'll do something that at the end of my turn, because they'll end their turn there. But in the meantime, I will use my bonus action to shift into a giant scorpion.
Ooh.
Very furry. It's got like this weird fur all over it, and I wanted to make sure that I kind of like stepped slightly closer to Talonback because I'm a little protective of my buddy. And of course, as I shapeshift, I'm not that good of a shapeshifter. So I need to roll on my D100 chart to see what happens. Okay, I got a 97.
Wild shifting?
I love a wild magic shifting beans table. It's
Oh my god. Oh, the
fantastic.
beans!
So-
Forgot about the beans.
So while I, trying to, this massive, like, think of like a hairy tarantula, and then all of a sudden, as I kind of do my like scorpion rattle, all the hair falls off. And it's kind of weird to say like it's a hairless scorpion since we're kind of used to that, but it went from being very furry to now I'm completely hairless.
Being as naked as April's cats.
Yes. Yes.
So good.
And I will definitely, so I'll just be maybe as close to a Talonback as I can. And seeing as how, like, I can't really do anything other than having my spell end, but when the spell has ended, with this conjure animals, the creature needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
A 17.
Ooh, dexterity saving throw, huh?
Yes.
Alrighty.
And I will roll my damage.
Natural 20!
Well, at least they take half your time.
Oh no! Does the DM? I'm gonna send it to you.
Can we use one of our advantages to give you disadvantage?
We've been
So,
nat 20s, and by that I mean it's been Janelle texting nat 20s. I get to.
so the damage would have been 16, so with a save it takes 8.
It takes 8. Okay.
That's slashing.
Ooh, excellent.
Also, oh no, that's my spell, not me. I've got some little tricks up my sleeve when it's Mr. Hairless Scorpion.
Ooh, oh. Well, I'm saving a surprise for later. Excellent. Is that your turn then?
Yes.
Alrighty. Talon back! Bringing Talon back!
Okay, I am really upset about that necrotic blast, so I am going to, as a bonus action, hit this ugly bastard with my Hexblade's Curse.
Do it. I dare you.
It's done. That happened. And then I'm going to pull out a rapier and a dagger and take an attack at this guy. And I'm not up to speed necessarily on all the current rules, but I think I can, if I get a successful hit, I can apply my sneak attack damage because I have an ally and face to face with him.
Heck yeah, man.
So,
I love a rogue.
and I am upset, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the. So, the 3 advantages we have, is that a pool of 3 for us to use?
That's each of you have them.
I'm gonna definitely use one.
It's bleak season. I think that's correct. The advantages that the players have are it's not a pooled 3 advantages for the whole party. It's an individual advantage. There. Oh, it's in. It is cool. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so it's a pool. Okay.
Haha. Okay.
Okay, so
Do you guys mind if I use one?
yes. I'm
Yes, you
marking
might.
it.
Okay.
Otherwise, we just stack you too much.
Okay. Do you guys care if I use it?
Go for it.
Oh,
Do it.
I'm angry at this thing. I rolled a 10 and a 9 with a +7 with the rapier. Does a 17 hit? Great.
Yep.
All right. So that'll do a D8 plus 3. I do an extra 4 damage with my Hexblade's Curse and then my sneak attack.
Yeah.
So I'll do the normal damage first.
For everyone watching at home, everyone is playing at level 9 right now. Forgot to mention that.
So that was a 14 for normal damage, and then I'll do the sneak attack, which is 3d6.
Excellent.
So 3, 9, 14.
Another 14 on top. 28 points of damage. Woo-hoo-hoo, spicy meatball.
Yeah, and then since my dagger has the and that my rapier has the Vex property, so my next attack against it has advantage. And then if I understand the nick property of my dagger correctly, I can basically sneak that in as part of that first attack. I don't know if do I roll another attack roll?
I think that you add the damage on top. I think, is that correct?
Well, let me read it. It says when you make the extra attack of the light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of as a bonus action.
So what that means is you would roll it as if it were an attack, but we're not accounting it as like a bonus action. You still would have a bonus action.
Yeah. So I make a separate attack roll.
Yeah, correct. Yes. Sorry, we're all getting used to 2024 rules as we have implemented them, and
so that was my understanding.
Yeah.
So that'll be a 25 to hit with that.
Oh, jeebus. No, it doesn't hit.
So that's a D4 plus a D2.
D2?
A coin?
Sorry, plus 2.
D2.
So I rolled a 4 plus the 2 for my dex, and then my Hexblade's Curse will add another 4 onto that.
Oh
so
my
God. 10 damage with a dagger. That's not bad.
Dang, that is not bad at all.
And then I'm going to use my feature as a swashbuckler. What is it called? Fancy footwork.
Yes, love fancy footwork.
So I will back out of there about 15 feet.
Oh, jeez.
And provoke no attacks of opportunity.
As you do the Kansas City shuffle, as you have stabbed in with your rapier, and you get a bit close to having this kind of snarl on your face with these black eyes and glittering emerald pupils, and you rake across with the rapier or the dagger, and you just see this spurt of blood. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes,
Woo,
please.
this guy is sticky.
Yeah. Oh no, alien mother.
Oh no, I rolled a 3, so 4.
Oh, are you within 10 feet of me? I've lost track.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
You would not have been in 10. I see here on the map. Yeah, you would not have been in 10 feet of Pixian, unfortunately.
Sorry.
You move back.
You are going to take 15, 23 points of poison damage as you just get sprayed, and you just start feeling it sinking into your pores.
Pass.
Hard pass.
Is this something that I can use my what is it, the uncanny dodge on, or it just hits?
It would just hit, and I think you can only use uncanny dodge once per round. So you would have used it at the top when it had made the attack.
You are correct.
Oh no, naked cat.
Oh, so covers bits.
No. Don't do it.
No nudity on.
Sorry. Was that that wasn't an attack roll from them, right?
It was not an attack roll. No,
Okay.
correct.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
So I am looking not great.
Oh boy.
It's okay. You'll be okay.
There are healing potions available to you, and you have myriad healers in the party, so
Good to know.
hopefully they won't be
And I
a problem.
think in the new rules, healing potions are bonus action, I believe.
Bonus action.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
I
that's,
bonus actioned at the beginning, so
we love it.
So that's the end of my turn.
Excellent. That brings it back around to Headstone's turn, who, as you see it kind of, as it's got this like black and purple blood coming off of it, you see this kind of cloud of this acid green kind of wafting up from it. It turns it over to you. Looking a little imposing there, Arthur, as you see it pick up its massive stone sword and bring it crashing down on you. It's going to make 2 attack rolls against you, my friend.
With disadvantage because of my stat.
Good. Yeah. Fine. Oh, good thing, too, because does a 17 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
How much am I taking?
You are going to take... Oh, boy. This is high-level rolling, friends. Okay. That's going to be 15 points of slashing damage as you get clipped right in the shoulder, and you can just crunch under the stone. And as it happens, it rears back and makes another attack roll on you.
Oh my god.
I'm guessing a 23 hits.
Nope, absolutely not.
Doesn't? Okay. Weird that a 17 would.
I don't make the rules.
Okay. That'll be 12 points of slashing damage. I rolled a lot of ones. You're welcome.
Do you take half because you're raging, or is that a different type of barbarian?
No, I don't take half when I'm raging. I have mindless rage, so I can't be charmed or frightened though.
Oh, excellent. That will be its turn, which will bring us to Moo.
All right. This guy, how dare he not be turned? So I'm going to slam my staff down in front of me, and the skull eyes glow again as from behind me a giant spectral infernal reaper emerges, holding a giant scythe wreathed in hell flame, as I summon Guardian of Faith and put it just basically like right on top of him.
Oh, snap.
Don't you try to run away now.
Just Moo with this grin on her face as this massive, all of you kind of like, like,
Guardian of Faith, I believe if the creature stays into its radius, it will take, I believe 20, it has to make a dexterity saving throw, and if it fails, it will take 20 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
Here we go.
So I think that happens. Oh yeah, the first time it starts its turn there, or if it moves within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time. So I don't know if this effect will take place now or during its turn.
I think it would be then during its turn, because it says when it starts its turn, correct?
Cool.
I think that's what you had said. Am I correct on that? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think I can cast a bonus action as a spell. I'm going to stay put. I don't have any cool bonus actions, so I'm going to,
But you have a lot of really cool actions. A lot of flavor on them, and I love it.
So we have to recap, we have an undead giant surrounded by spectral wolves, and now this giant fuck off spectral reaper wreathed in flame surrounding.
Halloween!
Can I put the reaper in front, like around like Pixion and Arthur's radius? I'm gonna try to encourage it to back up.
There you go. Okay, cool. Excellent. That will then, if that's your turn?
Yes.
Excellent. That'll take us to Pixion with Arthur on deck.
Same as before. Gonna rear back and hit it with my Morning Star.
Hit it in the face.
14 plus 8.
That'll hit.
Cool. I can't do math. 1d8 plus 4. Ew. 8 points of piercing.
Excellent.
Oh, I also have, I didn't realize this. Proficiency with a morning, it's the new one. Proficiency with a Morning Star allows you to add your proficiency bonus to the attack roll for any attack I make with it. So another plus 4, so another 4 points of damage.
Nice.
Excellent.
It also has disadvantage on its next attack roll again.
Great, okay.
And I forgot that I'm a paladin and I can attack it twice.
Ooh, I was wondering. I thought that might have been the case.
I forgot. 16 plus 8.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Good dice. For another. No, that's not as good. 8 points of damage plus another 4.
Oof. I mean, that is still good.
And then we're burning in Palor's Light again for another Divine Smite.
Oof.
At a lower level this time. Just 3d8 plus.
Casual 3d8.
Casual 3d8. I keep forgetting to Hunter's Mark it. I will do that as my bonus action. No, I can't because I smited. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of radiant damage.
Ooh, dang. Whew. Whew. That was pretty spicy. That was a pretty spicy round there from Pixian.
Thank you. And I am done. I'm done. No, I use my bonus action. Yeah, I'm done.
As you kind of your eyes like narrow and you whip the Morning Star around and you crack it right across the head. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
Absolutely. +5. Use my payload dice. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22. Great save. That will only be 9 points of poison damage.
Okay.
It just kind of spatters against your gold plate, and you start to hear it just kind of like slide down. It's just there's this like bubbling sound to this poison here.
Kill this thing. That's it.
Arthur, your turn.
Is this?
No, not my dice.
Can I grapple this creature? Like, is that something I can? Is it too big to be grappled? Like, is that something?
It's considered huge.
All right.
So I don't exactly.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll just pivot.
It's pretty big.
Arthur, being struck twice, on both like sides of his arm, blood dripping down. Spits out blood like from his like mouth. He's like, "You done fucked up," and starts chasing, going straight towards the creature. Grabs Shep's sword or red sword, and will once again decide to. We're just gonna go hack at. Let's hack at the legs because this is a big creature, right? We're just gonna hack at like the right leg, like cutting bread. So I will. Let's see here. Reckless attack. No, that's just my first one. JK. 10 with this first one.
10 to hit?
Yeah.
Does not hit, unfortunately.
It does a graze. Hits the side of it with 4. And so I'm going to go ahead and I got my second attack for my extra attack. I'm going to go roll for that. What modifier do I roll for? What's my plus modifier? Is it on strength, right?
For your greatsword?
Yeah.
It would likely be strength. I don't think it's considered a finesse weapon, so it would be strength.
Yeah. So that will be dirty 20 for that.
Yeah, that's disgusting and absolutely will hit.
All right. Awesome.
A filthy 20.
Get him.
Yeah.
A moldy 20.
Filthy.
So with this little guy,
Call it a flaccid 20 in my game.
Oh no.
A nasty 20.
You have to go.
3 plus 4. 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Excellent.
And we good.
We good?
Yeah.
We good? We good?
Yeah, good.
As this massive bread sword that you have.
I love it.
It's so easy for you to wield as you whip it across and you catch it across the chest and you get and you get this spray of black blood on you. I need you to make a con save.
All right. 17.
A 17 will indeed save, so you're going to take half damage on that one. So 11, 12, 17. Okay. That would have been 26 points of acid damage, but we have to 13.
13, amazing. There's just
poison damage.
all this black ichor that just sprays through, and now Arthur is just like drenched in black, and you see a black silhouette of like this like tiefling with these giant elk horns and just hunched over and just breathing and angry.
Oh, excellent. That'll take us to Squirrel.
Love that.
Clack.
I truly forgot you were a scorpion until this moment.
So Squirrel, I am, as long as I'm within, I'll be within 5 feet. So let's check this little map here. Oh yeah, this is looking good. So the spectral thing, is that something that like takes up the space that I couldn't be in? I was just trying to squeeze in between to see if I can get just a little closer, 10 feet. Oh, Pixion.
It's an unoccupied space. It occupies that space.
Okay. So I'm just gonna definitely be a little closer in my little okay. So my little scorpion guy, he's got 3 attacks. He has 2 claw and 1 sting. So also, let's see, I've got to make sure that the strikes I make can deal radiant damage if I choose, which I think I will choose, so that they are magical.
Do it.
And I will start, and because my wolf friends are near me, I have advantage on I want to double check, that's right.
Pack tactics.
Pack tactics.
Yeah, I have
Tactics, if you will.
I have advantage on my attacks. So I'll start with my first attack with my claw. Natural 20.
So for natural 20s in this house, you're going to double your dice and then add the modifier. You can choose to roll and multiply, or you can just roll a whole big bunch of click-clacks. Up to you.
It's 1 die 8, so I'll roll 2 die 8.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, so we get...
Thank you, Raven Sarah, for hearing tactics, because I thought it was funny.
All right. So I'll roll my 2 die 8. So I get, let's see, 12 plus 2 is 14.
Woo.
Plus my radiant damage bonus, which is, where is it at? Oh, it just says that it's radiant damage. I don't know if it gives me any extra bonus.
I think it would mean that the damage that you've dealt is radiant.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you should have a plus bonus to it, should you not? Like a modifier, like a plus something to it?
Yeah, it was plus 2.
Yeah, great. And that would have been yours. So yeah, that modifier doesn't get doubled, but the dice.
I do know that, my primal strike, once on each of your turns. When you hit a creature on an attack roll using my make an extra 1 die 8 cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage.
Oh.
I think I will do fire.
Dang.
And I get a 2.
Hey, listen, any damage is good damage, okay?
Yes.
All adds up.
I'll make my second. Oh, wait a minute. And the target is grappled, escape DC 12.
Oh.
Now you might be wondering, wait a minute, it's a huge creature. But I'm size large.
Yeah. So then you can.
Um,
Strength DC 12 on that?
Yeah,
And it has to use its next action to do it, I imagine?
I would think so. You have to choose.
No.
And almost I got a 19 plus 4 to hit is 23.
That hits.
And well, 1d8. Bring it for another, what is this, 6. And my last attack is going to be the sting from the tail. Let's see. And I got there's a 14 hit.
14 does not hit.
No.
You said it was 6 points of damage on the previous roll that you did, though? The one that you just did? Okay. Just want to make sure I'm keeping track of it.
Yes. And now that I've ended the turn, DC 17 dexterity check.
Ooh, all right.
For the wolves.
Got it. DC 17. Ooh, he rolled an 18.
They'll take half damage. Let's see, what do we got here? 6, 17, 18, 19. Oh, if 20 down and half is 10. 10 slashing.
Slashing damage. Oof. I mean, it's not nothing. So.
I'm trying here.
I mean, you did. I like
You did a lot.
I'm slightly embarrassed because now I'm a naked.
But I feel like it's very like kind of, it has hairless cat vibes, especially because I keep seeing April's cats. Like, it's very that.
Sorry, they're after my dice.
I mean, it's funny, of all the things that could happen, it went from, I just described it being very furry, like a tarantula, and then all the hair falls off. That's
Oh, okay, amazing. I believe that would be your turn then.
yeah.
All of that is your turn. Just checking.
Yes, it's all there.
Phenomenal. That will take us to Talonback.
All right. So Talonback's none too happy about the amount of damage he took from being in melee with it, so he's gonna switch to throwing some daggers at this guy.
Foot, motherfucker.
Yeah. So I don't know how that works with the Nick. Can I sneak in two? Or does that, or is that just one?
I
I
think.
only have one attack.
And you're throwing daggers, correct?
Yeah.
So I don't think that it would apply for the nick, because I think the nick implies that you're
that's what I thought.
wielding it rather than throwing it. That would be my guess of the
That sounds right to me. But bonus action, I am gonna cast Hex on it, which
Great.
will. I had no idea your hair was that long.
I have really long hair.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I'm just gonna throw a dagger at it.
So just
that's pretty
dagger.
good.
Just dagger.
Dagger.
Yeah,
We
that
love
is
you,
correct. So does a 25 hit?
Yeah, that hits.
All right. So it's still got the my curse on it, and now with my hex on it, there'll be an extra 1d6. Ironically, of necrotic damage. It's part of the reason why I am not crazy about. I didn't ask for the necrotic abilities. So
I also realized I didn't make Squirrel roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, would you like a Constitution save?
Yes, sorry to jump in.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, check it out. Oh,
That is so nice.
how is a 30?
What?
Wow.
You don't need my +3. You're fine.
Honestly, fuck my drag, I guess. It would have been 20 points of poison damage, but I guess it's only 10.
I guess.
okay.
Ouch.
So the dagger with my curse damage on it does 10, just a piercing.
Uh-huh.
And then the sneak attack damage will be 4, 7, 13, and then the necrotic damage is, let me check real quick, I think it's a d6. Yeah. 6.
And as you flip the dagger at it and you see it plunge into its side, just at its ribs, you hear it. You see the ichor start pouring out as the dagger is stuck there. You see the dagger kind of glow with this dark necrotic energy that you have used before, where it would dump into an enemy and you'd see this kind of necrotizing flesh. But as you see it, nothing happens.
Yeah.
The necrotic energy doesn't appear to have an impact.
So, yeah, that's my turn.
Excellent. That will bring us back to the top of the turn order, which is Headstone.
Headstone.
Headstone! Who has to do a grapple strength DC 12?
Well,
Cool.
that's not much, but it's not nothing.
That is a 14.
And it has to make a dexterity saving throw DC 17 against my guardian of fate.
No.
How
Did
come
not.
everyone else gets a grapple? Headstone, but I don't.
Caito, I forgot one thing from hitting it with the hex.
Yes.
I get to give it disadvantage on one
Yes.
attribute. So
What-
I think turn undead is wisdom check. I think.
Yes.
So let's make it wisdom.
Is it a checks or saving throws?
Saving throws.
Got it.
I'll find it.
Copy that. It breaks the grapple. It does not succeed on the dexterity save.
So it takes 20 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Wow.
As the
It's
Reaper-
looking. It looked really rough when it was conjured out of the ground, but you see it kind of as it takes the radiant damage from the scythe.
Yeah, it just swings right through. And
And
then,
you-
yeah.
Go ahead.
And then Moo's gonna slam down her staff again and go for another turn to sear undead as those spectral claws reach out and tries to grab at the creature again.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, wait, sorry. This is still your turn.
It would be Headstone's turn. So that was activated at the top of its turn. So when we
Yeah.
get to your turn, we'll put in that for sure.
Got two.
It's looking really rough, but I am going to need, let's see here, I'm going to need, if I'm seeing this correctly, Arthur and Squirrel. And does your spiritual guardian take damage? Is it possible for it to take damage?
I don't believe so. Let me check.
I don't believe so either.
First.
Anyone who is within 5 feet there of
Ooh,
the
that'd be
creature.
good.
I think that would be me too.
What kind of save am I
Yeah, if it's
making?
invulnerable, it can't take damage.
I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, Constitution.
No trouble.
Aaron,
Only 20.
only a 20? Wow.
Only 20.
Are you
34.
within 10 feet of me? You get a +3, don't forget.
Oh, that's 23.
Well, then fine.
17, 18, 22,
Good
22,
old paladin.
23,
I'm at
24, 25. Plus
You
3?
got a, you got a
Oh,
10?
I +3 with that 10. So.
Oh.
Oh, no. You're going to... Arthur's going to take 17 points of poison damage. The rest of you are going to take half of that, so 8 points of poison damage. As you saw the scythe cut across in this brilliant glowing like hellfire that cuts across it, and you see it slash, and then you see the scythe kind of separate and reform on the other side of it. It is looking terrible. It looked terrible at the beginning, but boy howdy, it looks awful. As you see it kind of rear back in this shambling motion and pluck the massive gravestone from off of its back. You hear
Yeah.
this crunching sound as it holds it overhead and brings it swinging down onto Pixian.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yes, indeed. Well, wasn't too bad. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Doesn't hit. Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Oh my
Wow.
gods. Whew.
Plate armor, baby.
As you feel it coming down, you see it overhead, you throw up an arm and it hits the bracer and you hear this like crunching of metal as you deflect it and throw it off, and it kind of like looks at you with these like, you see that it's got these deep pitted eyes with just these glowing lights in the middle there, which will be its turn. Rude. then we'll take it to Moo.
All right. Like I said before, I'm gonna slam down that staff and channel divinity to turn undead. And it is wisdom at disadvantage. Thanks.
Wisdom at disadvantage. I had my beautiful rules lawyer, Christina, hi, I love you, do it. It is just for checks. It's not actually.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's, otherwise, Hex is too powerful. That's the thing that I think
That
is
makes
really
sense.
what it does. But for what it's worth, it's a wisdom save.
Yes.
It's a 17.
Again?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a DC again. Damn.
Oh,
Oh, I can't win.
bummer.
Oh, yeah, go on.
I just said bummer. That's all. I know. But
Yeah,
you said
it'd be
you were
so
saying.
good if this would work. But it's okay because for my bonus action, because Channel Divinity is not a spell, I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds to my party members.
That's a good
As
idea.
I turn the staff around, I flip it around and reverse it, and from the other side is the shape of like a heart, like a human heart, and it's a little creepy. But I slam that down instead, and glowing green energy innervates out of it and radiates through the ground and hits all of my allies. For
Absolutely love that. Thank you for the flavor.
Yay,
It's beautiful.
clerics.
let's see, Mass Cure. Where are you? There. Oh, Mass Healing Word. Sorry, not Mass Cure Wounds. Mass Healing Word for. It'll be 15. Actually, did I upcast it? Yes, 15 healing to everybody.
So can I
Thank you,
spread
Moon.
mine out to everyone around me because I have taken no physical damage?
I think everyone just gets it no
I
matter
think
what.
everyone gets it no matter what, but I do
Okay.
appreciate I do love the
Because I'm
assist.
still in. Unless those go into temporary hit points, I'll take those.
They do not, unfortunately.
Okay.
Just
Well, then I am.
healing.
I am.
You just feel extra good.
Because I'm still in my,
Yeah.
my temporary hit point zone.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Lauren, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
There's nothing else I can do. I'm going to hold myself still.
All right. So that will then bring us to Pixion.
Okay, having deflected that big tombstone, she roars back at it, rears up once again, and goes to take a swing with her Morning Star. Can I have my d20? Thank you.
No, you cannot. I am baby.
12 plus 8.
12 plus 8. Dirty 20 does hit.
4. Okay, so it gets disadvantage again. 28 plus 4. 8 points plus another 4.
12.
Cool. And then I will
Dang.
do the same thing again.
He's looking really rough, fam.
18 plus 8 to hit, I think.
Yeah,
okay.
that'll hit for sure.
Cool. Plus another 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total for that one.
How do you want to
Okay.
do this?
Oh.
Yay.
Pixie on hating the undead as much as she does, she is going to just scream primarily at the undead, and her Morning Star ignites into like the light of a star, the light of the sun, the light of Palor, and she will divine smite it and just rip it apart, blow it apart with holy light from the inside out.
And you see these cracks and fissures light up from the inside as it radiates outward. You all kind of shield your eyes as you hear one of you speaks giant, correct?
That's me.
That's you. As you hear resonating, ringing through your ears, death is only the beginning as it explodes outward. You see the bits and fragments like ash floating, like burned parchment floating down and settling onto the grass. And as you do, you see 5 beacons of light emerge. Bright gold and purple and swirling. And as each of you stand there examining it, kind of battle-worn, covered in ichor and poison, you feel them move towards you, hovering just at eye height. You examine them. They don't appear to be threatening. They're kind of just swirling in place right there. And as they do, Arthur, you see the moat expand outward and grow in size. 7, 8 feet tall. Before you stands a surly, luminous-looking Goliath with a plait down his back. He's got tattoos and markings all over them. He's wraps all the way up his arm. He doesn't say much, but he looks at you and he nods his head. The name Little Rock pops into your head. You've never met him before, but you look at him as if he's come up to you at the Greasy Spoon, a patron, a friend. He looks at you. You look back at him. You see a smile creep across his lips. You smile in return. Moo, before you, you see the moat shifting, this globule of light as it unfurls, and you see a tiefling with curved horns stretching back and gold chains hanging down. She has a tricorn hat atop her head. You see that she's wearing the garb of what you know to be a sailor or a merchant of the high seas, a performer perhaps. You see a lute along her back. She looks at you with a wry smile. You look back at her. There's sort of a moment of mirroring, of nodding, of knowing. And the name Carmina pops into your head. It's strange. It feels like you've met her before. Talonback, you see before you a half-elf. Tall, lean, in a top hat with a coat and a collar pulled up, so just his eyes kind of peer over top. In his hand, a small light crossbow, and in his other hand, you see he has a very wicked-looking cane. He makes eye contact with you. You both kind of skeptically look at each other. Strange. Maybe in another life, you remember someone named Irvine. I can't recall it. It's like deja vu deep in the recesses of your brain. Squirrel, your tall, imposing figure as this scorpion-like creature, unless you've dropped it.
I have dropped it.
Your tall figure resumes, the kindly face of Squirrel, peering down just at your shin height. You see a small figure looking up at you. Her neck craned back. She has these wild-looking buns all over her head. She's got a mask pulled up, so you can just see her eyes. On her back, you see this large shield with these growths of mushrooms and moss pouring off of her. You see that she's got this hewn, sharp, wooden-looking spear. And the name Grenmila sticks into your brain. And finally, Pixion, as you look at the remnants of this creature that you just destroyed, that land here, the mote of dust at your eye height, as it transfigures into a small gnome. He's got a long bow in his hand and a grin on his face. You see him reach into his pocket, and he's got what looks like a tea cozy or a doily, something his grandmother must have made him. And he looks at you, he smiles, and he nods. And as each of these figures here stand and you stare into their eyes back, and you feel this connection of these people that you're not exactly sure who they might have been. You see the motes compact into the globule shape again, and you see them float just gently, delicately towards your chest. You feel it. Feel warmth, supported, held, perhaps teased or joshed a little bit. And as you all kind of look around, looking a little worse for wear, you hear the cracking of bark this rending of wood. As you look up, you see the gnarled tree that had swept its way up. You see the bark cracking and splitting. And as you're looking at this, having just come off of this hefty battle, you see these wisps of white pouring out of it. It's almost like looking at like a gauzy fabric deep underwater as it shifts and moves. It doesn't seem to be real as you first look at it. You approach the tree and you get a little bit closer and you see that the wood keeps splitting. And as it continues to split, it fractures, it opens. You see there's this odd radiating light. You're hit with a smell. It's musty and dank. It smells like opening up a sarcophagus.
Whose pouch?
And as you do, you see a wisp of white fabric pour out of it and kind of topple down the side of the tree and land at the base of it. And it looks almost as if it's breathing heavily. As it does, you see it hover into the air. It swirls in place. You see it careen upwards and dive into the body of the dragon that lays before you. You see the dragon bones start to assemble and snap together. Moo has a visceral response. You see that the tail starts to unfurl, this massive dragon. As this happens, as it starts to rise, you feel as though you've been trapped. It's as if you're being constricted on all sides, the breath leaving your body, your eyes are bulging, you're gasping for air. As you all lift into the air and you see this dragon rise with you, all five of you rather, coming into the air, and you're hovering there in space, your eyes wide. You're seeing this swirling veil encapsulating the dragon. You're starting to see the wings reforming, these massive holes and gashes through them, all of these white scales starting to assemble into space. And just when you are at the very moment where you think you have no breath left in your body, you see coming tearing through the crevice in the wall there of the caldera, you see this little figure pat into the circle. You see her reach a gnarled looking hand into the air, and you see an explosion of green spores. As you do, you hear the dragon and retreat into the air. You all collapse to the ground. The dragon flies off far out of your sight as you land there coughing, sputtering, all of you at 1 hit point each. As these spores land on you, you turn and look at the small figure with these strange buns all over her head, this wooden shield covered in mushrooms on her back, and this gnarled looking spear in her hand, and she goes, "We are in very serious trouble."
We should have taken a bone. We should have just taken up just one bone. Just
Maybe
one bone. Just...
You better come with me if you want to live. And as you see Grenmila just pad her way out through the crevasse, you all look at each other and stumble your way out along behind her. And that, my friends, is where we are going to leave part 1 of our story.
Oh my god.
Yay,
1 hit point.
cliffhanger.
We're alive.
We all just
Barely.
take a bone. Just 2 bones.
Just 2, one, maybe 2 bones. Oh my goodness.
A tooth and a tailbone. That's all. That's all.
That's all it was. It's
Never missed it.
It would have. The dragon wouldn't have come back up. It was missing bone.
It's totally fine. We're great. We're doing great here.
Yeah, this is nobody. Yeah, we're all doing just great.
It's a 1 hit point. We're doing great.
Oh, my friends, this has been Pale Knight, Chapter 1. Stay tuned if you liked what happened here. Thank you so much, Mo, for the bits. I appreciate it so much. We can add an advantage to the player advantage pool We are going to. Everybody doing okay? Everybody good? I'm shaking.
Not anymore.
We are going to just take a few minutes here to give our thank yous and all of our things and give you a chance to meet these wonderful people that you have seen playing this super awesome game. So I'm going to do our outros. I'm going to hand it around the table. I'm going to start with Lauren. Where can we find you on the internet? Who are you? What do? You are so magical. Please tell us everything.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. I'm Lauren Brown. I am an art director on Magic the Gathering at Wizards of the Coast. And I'm also an illustrator and I do conventions and everything. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, Kara at Lab Illustration, LAB Illustration. And I also have a podcast, an art podcast called Painted in Color, where we give advice and uplift underrepresented artists in the industry.
Hell yeah. YouTube. Thank you so much, having played our beautiful tiefling cleric, Moo, who we will protect at all costs. Janelle, tell us about you. Where can we find you on the internet? Tell us everything. You're awesome.
Down there, all of this that you see, just Janelle Jumon. I'm not very creative, so I just use my real name. I do art illustration. I do work for Wizards, The Mouse, a lot of random things, and yeah, you can find me making cool art of video games and anime and all sorts of things.
Also, I know some folks have had their eyes on the amazing Mighty Nine tapestry that you created, so that is part of our donation incentive. That's by Janelle. There's some. You all are so talented.
I got Shibas. Someone said Shibas. I'm gonna go bring out a Shiba.
Thank you. Look, bring out a Shiba.
Like right on cue.
We love it. Oh, it's a baby. Yes. Oh my God, so floppy. We love you. Thank you, Janelle. Janelle played your tiefling barbarian Arthur this evening, and playing Squirrel, our beautiful Furbolg druid. It's Aaron Miller. Aaron, tell us everything. Where can we find you on the internet? You're so great.
AaronBMiller.com for most things, or if you're in the Linktree, it should be just Aaron Miller. Let me just double check. It is also Aaron Miller. I show up in Google searches pretty easy. So yeah, Aaron B. Miller. That B is important sometimes.
B is important with a name like Aaron Miller. Yes. And what do you do? Tell us a little bit about your work.
I spend a lot of time painting magic cards and going to magic events. In the summer, we run a workshop up in Milwaukee, and super fun. Lauren was there,
and I'm going to be there
Tyler
next year.
Yay! That is amazing. You guys are all so freaking talented. I could die. Playing our Centaur Paladin. It's April Prime. April, tell us about yourself. Tell us all of the things.
Hello, my name is April Prime. April like the month, and Prime is an optimist. You can find me everywhere online with that name. You can just search it. I'm on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, all that stuff. I do concept art and illustration for Wizards of the Coast mainly, as well as a couple of video games here and there. Yeah, that's really about it for me.
So freaking cool. You can get all of these folks' art in our donation incentives. You can also check out their websites, see how you can commission things, see how you can purchase things. There are, again, tokens and proxies for Magic the Gathering. There are play mats. There is character art, personal character art designs that you can have. You can get decks. I saw Raven Sarah here in the chat saying that she loved your Magic the Gathering cards, Aaron. So check out all of their stuff and come back next week so we can get to the conclusion of this amazing story with all of these wonderful people. I have more thank yous to do, and I have a big wall of text, and I'm gonna read it. So extra special thank you. I really wanted to take a moment to give a big shout out to my Witchlight home game. Mo, Jason, Shane, McKenna, and Christina. We've been playing together for 2 years now. They created the original characters of Irvine, Little Rock, Elwyn, Carmina, and Grenmila, who you will see throughout. Tyler, oh my God, who else? You dropped off and it was like, I get everybody. Please, Tyler, tell us all the things and don't hate me later.
I could never hate you.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah, I'm Tyler Walpole. Just if you Google me, you can find me. TylerWalpole.com. I'm active on Instagram, trying to get off of Twitter, but I'm still hooked on it. I do Magic the Gathering is kind of my main gig. I also design the custom miniatures that the gang at Critical Role uses for their D&D games on stream. And yeah, a bunch of other stuff. You can catch me at a lot of conventions around the country as well. So yeah. Oh, also, while I have a chance, I want to remind everybody: go vote on Tuesday, please.
Oh, yes, please. If you are in the U.S., a U.S. citizen, please go vote. It really does make a difference. Tyler, I'm sorry about that, and thank you so much. And I'm just so thrilled to have you all here. Again, big shout out to the Witchlight crew. Love you guys. Thank you so much for going along. Previously, they had built. So my home group built all the lore for this game, and then we are implementing this is the 100 years later from what happened in that game. And so that is why I wanted to give them a special shout out. They were in the chat. Thanks, guys. Also, special shout out to Tim at tabletopaudio.com for tonight's music and solution maps for the battle maps we used. Thank you to the incredible, talented Darling Creepshow for the miniature of our headstone that we got to use, as well as the white dragon. She painted those. And thank you to Raven Sarah, best mod. We love you. And finally, thank you so much to Phoenix Iwaki, Guild Superior, and Folk&Myth for organizing this huge event. We have more great games all week long as we continue our fundraising efforts. The next game will be on our channel here is Seven Spires, which is a Dragonbane story as GM'd by Bleak Season. I'm part of that game as a player, which is really fun. That'll be tomorrow night, Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So do also check out all the games over at Guild Superior and Phoenix Iwaki that we're putting on all week. Join us again next Sunday for this at the same great bat time, great bat station, Folk&Myth. We are going to raid Darling Creepshow, our friend who did all of the mini art for this. So thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you to for everyone who donated. For the chat for being so active and wonderful. All of the wonderful players, fantastic artists who are here. I also have to say just an extra special, soft and gooey thank you to Bleak Season, who is my partner in crime, my partner in writing, and my partner in life. Thank you. Love you guys. We will see you next time. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Bye.